afternoon. Nyo Weekly, lowering the boom. Step into the room on a Sunday afternoon, and it's Nyo Weekly, lowering the boom.
Make some noise for your host, Nico.
Lowering the boom.
Make some noise for the OG.
Lowering the boom.
950 Cav.
Lowering the boom.
And TJ Jones.
Lowering the boom. Step into the room on a Sunday afternoon, and it's Nyo Weekly, lowering the boom. Step into the room on a Sunday afternoon, and it's Nyo Weekly, lowering the boom.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another episode of Nyo Weekly. Boy Suave here. We got the OG and his cowboy gear. What's up, O?
What's happening, Captain?
Nothing much, man. You all right? You all good?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Just want to, before we even get into things today, I just want to dedicate this show today to my aunt that passed during the week. So.
Oh, condolences, man. Condolences. Back in LA or?
Yeah.
Condolences, man. I appreciate you for being here today. Didn't know, but I appreciate you, still for coming through. So,
Hey, bro, it is what it is.
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But on a lighter note, did your Trojans win yesterday?
You mean Friday? Yes, they did.
Who they played? Northwestern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it and I cut it off early. But hey man, they looking good, boy.
Hey, bro,
good.
that's the only team. That's the only team I can count on right now. That's pretty sad.
No, not really. You got your Lakers. Come on, man. You got the Lakers.
But Lakers got blown out last night by 30 or 40.
I mean, that happens.
But good God.
Yeah, it's November. It's November. That's the best way to put it. It's November, dog. It's okay.
Yeah, and it's early, so I'm good.
Exactly. But I see this Colts and Falcons game better than I expected. I know that for sure. I thought Falcons would get demolished today. But as we've talked about before, hey, Danny Dimes ain't looking like Danny Dimes, especially today. So, that's going to remain to be seen. How he looks going into the playoffs. So,
yeah.
My first question, man. We're gonna start in the college round. We're gonna start with college.
Okay.
My question for you, and Kev when he come through or what have you. Do close games matter anymore in the state of the college football playoffs, or is it just long as you win, you're in?
My brother, that's what I was going to ask, because you got a lot of teams that barely won.
Yes.
So does that affect? That's a good question, because I don't know. Does that affect their ranking?
Indiana won by toe tap.
Great catch, though.
Yeah,
you got to give me credit. That was a great catch.
Yeah, by a toe. Indiana won by a toe.
Didn't Oregon win by a field goal or something? Some of those teams won by a field goal.
By 2, yes, they did. Yep. And then, Alabama, they won by 11 against LSU. Virginia lost to Wake Forest. California lost. No, they beat Louisville. It's it took Auburn to lose to Vanderbilt. They went to overtime. So that's my question. I'm gonna ask Kev when he come on, um, because it doesn't seem like it to me. Because back then when it was just the BCS or the 14, Indiana losing a game like or being that close yesterday, even with all the the praise Penn State got coming into the season. They
Yeah.
you look at like that Ohio State game, like 31-14. And then, yesterday, yes, you are on the road. You got to factor that in. But, Indiana, man, that defense didn't look good in that fourth quarter. You were up 20-7, and then you barely win the game in the end. You know, even with Oregon, but Oregon was hurt. I think they starting receiver was out. One of the starting linemen was out, and the tight end. And it's a trick bag for sure. So I mean, I don't know. I think it doesn't because they figure, look, as long as you win, you're good. It is what it is.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I
would.
think.
Oh.
Hold on, you good?
Yeah. Just had to switch.
No, you good.
No, man, but that's always been a question of mine
Hmm.
because some teams seem like they get punished for close games and other teams don't.
No, that's true. That's true.
So I was just trying to figure that out because that doesn't make any sense to me. But I just need us to go up 7 spots, at least be in 12. Maybe we can make the playoffs this year.
Because where are you currently?
We were 19th yesterday.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So all we had to do was win, and we just need a couple of these teams to lose. Like I was hoping Penn State pulled the upset because we beat Penn State, so that would kind of help our case. But of course, Penn State does what Penn State does.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. I like I say, Penn State. Coming into the year, you thought they would be one of them teams that compete, and unfortunately, they have not. Oh, did he score, Jonathan Taylor? Damn, are you serious? Wow.
I'm going to the game now. Hold on.
Damn, and he scored on like 80,
80.
80 yarder. Yeah, something like that. Come on, Atlanta.
Who?
Uh,
Please don't let that be Taylor.
yeah, Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, and that's his second one of the day.
His second long one of the day.
No, his second touchdown. He got about. He
Oh,
already had about 100 yards before that run. So he's
I
had.
mean, it's a pretty close game.
No, for sure, for sure. I'm just saying,
Uh,
if you playing against Jonathan Taylor today, you
Now you got a chance to win. Fourth quarter, 6 minute drive. All right, let's see if Atlanta got it in them.
yeah, yeah. So speaking of that, trade deadline, man, how do you feel about your new acquisition? One of the best three techniques in the league. Uh, you know, Quentin Williams. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, Quentin Williams. How you like it, man? Him and Kenny Clark clogging
uh,
up the middle now.
bruh. I don't know because I know it's not going to really help us now this
Yeah,
year because this year is done. But
true.
I know in the future, yes, it that's a position we don't have to try to draft now, and it is definitely set for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So now we can go DN corners, whatever we need to do on the other side of the ball. So yeah, I mean, in the long run, it's like the Luka trade. In the long run, it's going to work out. Short term, but it
Yeah.
needed to be done. So it's just one of those things. And then speaking of trades, I saw there's some type of clause that the Packers and Green Bay
Oh, I
have.
saw that. Yeah, that's crazy, ain't it? But also, it can't come back to bite them.
Yeah, but so after 2028, they can do whatever they want.
essentially.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. What's that? 2
okay,
years?
okay. But that's, I mean, I get it. That's a good clause, though. I've never seen it, but that's a good clause.
Because how old is Micah? How old is he?
Hmm.
How old is Micah?
24. He's young.
Is he that young? Damn.
Is that what he is? 24. I'd have to look it up. I'd have to get off to do that. Oh, I do
Let's
have
see.
my computer out here.
I got it. Is, is he that young? Micah's 26. He'll be
26.
27. He'll be 27 in next year. Next May.
All right,
Dang, I was
so
about to say
29, you could trade him. Okay, that's not bad.
that's crazy though.
But have you ever heard of that clause in the contract?
No, no. I have not. No, seriously. But I think the Eagles and Philly are they're rivals in a way, because they try to get the tush push band and all that. So the Packers and Philly is each other ops. So I couldn't see that happening no time soon. But also the NFL is a business, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's crazy. I had never seen nothing like that. Just personally, I was like,
So
wow,
I mean,
it's clever.
yeah, but
It's clever.
to get that guy, it shores up the middle, definitely.
Hmm.
And if we want to go 3D tackles, we can. So I just hope Matt Eberflus. It was just that he didn't have the players he needs because the defenses we can't be this bad. We can't be. So we're gonna have to figure something out. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think y'all gonna be all right though. I think because y'all got some dogs. Y'all got some. I mean, y'all young. I mean, outside of Kenny Clark, I think he about 30, but y'all building it from the inside out, and that's how you got to
Yeah.
do it. You can't have a dominant defense without at least a halfway decent O line. I mean D line. You know,
No, facts. That's a
so
penalized for the fake punt. Oh, here we go. Now they coming. Boy, don't be mad because the fake punt worked.
yeah. Ah. But yeah, man, it's things about to get real interesting. So
Did y'all make any
um
moves at the deadline?
no, we got a D lineman that I actually wanted out the draft. He was in Tampa a couple years. Joe Tryon Shoyinka. He
Mm-hmm.
was like number 9 for Tampa. I mean, he's young. I think if he, like most of them, if you get a chance, you may make the best of it. But we're gonna
Right.
see what he can do today. And then, we got what's his name? CJ Gardner Johnson. He's on the team. So I mean, we're gonna see, man. I think the only thing that has plagued us this year is injuries. We got a lot of injuries, especially on that back end. Our number one corner is down. Well, our number two, our slot corner, he's down.
Damn.
So that's why that secondary been looking um, trash. Just to say the least.
Yeah, not the
No,
Ed Reed.
yeah, man, Air Reed, dog. And then a couple of our backups that were productive got hurt. I think maybe preseason. So it's like, golly, you come into the season, couple guys out for the season before the season even start. So,
I hear you.
so if we keep winning though, they say Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon, they will be back. So hopefully, they can be healthy. So hey, we could get the best version of you at the most important time.
Oh, I get it.
So
It
we're
look like
gonna see.
Atlanta want to try to do some things today.
We're gonna see. Like I say, this game been closer than I expected because I really thought the Colts would get back on track and put a hurting on Atlanta, but that D line for Atlanta, man, hey, they solid, boy. They real solid.
How does Sauce look today?
Man, they ain't really threw his
Normal.
yeah, they ain't really threw his way. So like he ain't been challenged like that today. So but yeah, man, what's your game of the week, dog?
Let me see. Let me see.
Uh,
I got the schedule right here for my picks. Do.
or matter of fact, what's your game of the day?
My game of the day would probably be the Rams. It's out of three. No, really two. Rams, 49ers, Philly, and Green Bay. Because all the rest are kind of but Pats and Bucks might be a good one. Ravens and Vikings might be a good one, but I think the Rams and 49ers and Green Bay and Philly are the ones that got a lot more to prove than anybody else, to
Yeah,
me.
I think I think that Steelers Chargers game might be better than we think tonight because
Yeah.
because the Chargers you still trying to chase Denver in the conference, and the Steelers you trying to stay ahead of the curve. Depending on how Baltimore plays today, whether they win or lose, you still trying to you trying to create that gap. Aaron, if you can get him to be able to rest maybe a week or two before the playoffs. You may need that. Let's be honest. He's an older quarterback. He need that rest as much as he can get. Um, and then like you say, the Pats and Bucks. I like that one. Um, I like that Ravens Vikings too because I think both of them same thing. The as of right now, the Vikings are last in the division just due to the overall record.
Mm.
So they're trying to stay tack with everybody, and even the Ravens. You can't afford to lose many more games. Really, really none. Because you just the season started the way it did. So I think both of those, they tricky, boy. They
Yeah.
tricky.
No, I get it. I like the Rams 49ers a little bit more because it's a divisional game and they're in the same boat. They trying to,
Yeah, yeah,
separate some gap. So I mean, I get what you're saying. I don't have any problems with any of the games that you name.
yeah.
But if I had to put my number one, if I can only watch one today, it would be the Rams or 49ers. And I have no dog in that fight.
And I think the Rams got to win because the Niners beat them in SoFi. So
Oh yeah, yeah. So they need this.
yeah, they beat them on that Thursday night game. So you have to,
Yeah. Yeah, they
you have
need this.
ain't got no choice
Because
at all.
sure look like I might lose this Indy and Philly game because I picked Indy.
It's getting tight. It's getting tight. Man, this has been probably one of the best games. It ain't like bad offense. They just two solid teams. Okay,
It's
okay.
just
Ooh,
it should just come on too early in the morning.
that it does. About 8:30 in the morning. Yeah, it's crazy. But I think next week is the last game. That's Commanders in Miami. Ain't no telling how that one gonna go though. That one may be somebody might get
Oh,
out.
yeah. It didn't get in. Okay. They got a two-headed monster running back. Algier whack like he want to play today.
Yeah, I like Algier a lot. So what's the best coaching job in college football from
That is a great question. I mean, to me,
hmm
and I'm in SEC country, I would have to say LSU maybe Florida's next, then Penn State. Because we got LSU, Florida, Penn State,
That one ain't.
Auburn.
Oh snap! They scored again. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it might be those three.
Okay.
Because all the rest are kind of underneath that. But I think it's LSU, Florida, and Penn State
Okay. Gotcha.
in that order.
Gotcha.
Bijan hurt?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
That's a good question.
these Dirty Birds came out to play. They went to Berlin and act like they going for two.
I don't know.
Why?
I don't agree with that.
Oh, okay, I get it. They just have to go down for a field goal, but I don't know, bro. I mean, yeah, you don't make it, you still up by one, but still, just take the points.
I agree. First 2-point conversion attempt this season.
It's they. Oh, yeah, okay.
This may.
I mean, I get it. Even if they go down and kick a field goal, you gotta, it's still a tie. But
Still got overtime. Oh,
okay,
and they got it. Oh, and they got it. Okay. Oh boy, we may have a game here.
2, 1, height.
Oh, and it was on sauce. The
Ooh.
grass. The grass. That grass wet.
Okay. All right. All right. Minute 44. One timeout. Are you playing for the tie or are you playing for the win? If you Indy.
I mean, what they got, a minute 40?
Yep. Minute 44.
I'm gonna say just go for the win, honestly. I mean, you got now if it was like 40 seconds, 44 seconds, I'd be like, all right, just get in field goal range. But you got more than enough time.
What a timeout.
Right. And then you gotta think, with that offense they got, that's too much time.
Yeah. All
You
Jonathan
see
Taylor got to do is break one. The shit's over.
exactly. Or a big return like this one. Ain't that about it? Wow. See.
Kirk
But
Warner.
if you Indy, I don't know because the kicker missed one earlier.
Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah, you go for the win now.
Yeah.
And I'm that far behind you. I just saw the kick return. Yeah, I'm going for the win.
I think at this point, yeah, because like I say, the kicker missed one earlier, so you ain't really trying to put that on him. Go for the win if you can. Oh, he didn't catch it.
At the 50? Or a little past the 50? Yeah, you're going to have to go for the win. You can't mess around.
Damn, he had that too.
And Daniel Jones do it. Mr. from Scrap. From Crap.
Duke.
Oh, damn. Is that a fumble? Oh. Great
Duke's
defense.
finest right there, boy. But no, back to my question. I think yeah, you got to go LSU just based off the talent, and they willing to put that money behind you. Florida, same thing. You a Jordan Brand school too. That matters a lot. Let's be
Yes.
honest, especially in a day of these modern, the modern day for these kids. But I think for them, man, you gotta get somebody that's that ain't their first rodeo. Like nothing against like uh who was it, Billy Napier? Nothing against him, but you got to get one of these guys that's been there, done that. That's hey, oddly, I can see James Franklin. I don't know where he going, but I can see
Think he's
somebody
going to
getting him.
VTech?
Huh?
Think he's going to VTech?
Really? Because I mean, if we being honest, outside
Mm.
of Ohio State, Michigan, and Oregon, he was beating everybody else, and Notre Dame last year, but he was beating everybody else. So if he can figure out how to beat them upper echelon, them teams that's just as talented, if not more talented than you, hey, I think whoever gets him, you got a good coach. Because shoot, I think especially after the situation, we don't have to talk about it. But he kind of brought them back to prominence. Like all right, Penn State. Hey, that's a solid team. You know, you play Penn State, you gotta come with it.
Yeah, you got
None
to
of
come with your lunch pail and your hard hat.
because that's the thing too. It wasn't like Michigan, Ohio State was blowing them out. Even Oregon, they wasn't blowing them out. They just couldn't get that fourth down or
That critical stop.
exactly.
Oh,
Like even
wow.
last year when we was watching it in Atlanta, they that one play when he threw it up to the receiver and the corner took it. It's just those small things, and it happens. It happens, but it wasn't like they were getting blown out. They just couldn't do what needed to be done when the chips was on the table. So I mean, wherever he goes, they gonna get a good one.
Yeah.
Now Penn State, I think maybe it was the noise from the crowd, but where do they go from here? Because
That
that's my thing. You can't fire him and not have a inkling of all right, who we gonna go after, or who we already got ready to come on in and take charge. Because even yesterday, as bad as Penn State has been all year, they had a chance to win that game. And like I was telling some of the guys in the shop, if they win this game, I think that head coach, whoever I think it's a black guy, I think he would deserve at least a chance, a chance, like on
hmm.
some intern. Hey, we're gonna give you maybe 1 or 2 years, because I mean, hey, they look good yesterday. If they can, if they could have played every other game like that, you might not be
Awesome.
three and six. So that's the tricky one. But I think for all three of them big time programs, you gotta figure that out because y'all are football schools first. It ain't like the Dukes and the North Carolinas where, hey, basketball season is where we make our bread and butter. But if the football is good too, hey, we ain't gonna turn it down. But you have to,
Right.
you gotta hit on these,
So,
because Brian
question:
kept. Mm-hmm,
if you're a university, are you
mm-hmm.
looking for a name versus alumni?
I think in this new age, you gotta look for a name. Because if you look at it, look at your school. You know that boy Lincoln was the hot hand. And then
Yeah.
when he came over, he was able to bring Caleb. Um, and I mean they haven't been bad. They've put the world back
Struggle.
on notice. Yeah, but it's just kind of similar to Penn State. You can't, hey, you got to be able to beat them teams that's just as good as you or on the same playing field. And I mean, he had them same issues at uh at Oklahoma, but hey, he was not trying to think. He was. I remember a lot of them Red River games. They was giving Texas the flux.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, of course, he's gonna win that in-state game. Because UCLA they trying to figure out what they gonna do. So
So when
I
you
think
say
you
a
got to.
name, how do you balance that? Because there's not a lot of names out there to get.
It's not, but I do believe like the Nick Sabans and Urban Myers. I don't think their names are out there for no reason because they've told somebody or somebody has talked to them and they've been like, right opportunity open up, I may take it. Now, I think for Nick, I don't think he should because I think you got a cush job right now. Game day, you ain't got that stress on you every Sunday no more. You good. Like what do you really want? Nick, as far as Urban Meyer, they say he gets a lot of migraines. He be real like he's so stressed that they say he be sick damn near because he's so stressed every week because he's passionate and I mean it paid off. But even for him, it's like, why would you want to put yourself through that again? You know, over and over and over. Because I've heard even um what's the coach at Ole Miss? He used to be your old head coach,
Lane Kiffin.
Lane. Yeah, they're tying him to LSU and or Florida, and I think for him, hey, you building something good at Ole Miss. You win one national championship. They building a statue. They gonna build a statue. So that's my
Yeah.
thing. Even here, they got like the Nebraska head coach. He's a Penn State alum, or the head coach at Indiana. Oh, they're alum. They kind of worked under them, and these are bigger programs. But if I could win at an Indiana or Nebraska, I'm looked at as a god. I win at the LSU's, the Floridas, the Penn States. You just adding already to like the Lakers won a championship in LA. Hey, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what we do here. You win one for the
Yeah.
Clippers. They you
I
get a
mean,
statue.
it sounds good, but those teams are where they are for a reason. It's not just coaching.
But
You
I
know what I
think
mean? You can get a
building.
coach. You can get a
I
coach, but can you get the players
well, I think Indiana's getting them. I mean,
from where?
I don't know, maybe transfer
Thank you.
portal, but I mean, but they getting them.
Right. I
Hey,
mean, and I get it, but this could be a 1 year thing.
you talking about Indiana?
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know what? Indiana was great last year. They lost two games, and funny enough, the two games they lost was to the national championship game. So I think for Indiana, they're another one. Being in the Midwest, Indiana's known for basketball. Isaiah Thomas
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
and Coach Knight and all them. You got a couple here and there like the Randall Wells or the Tevin Coleman's, for football, but that's a basketball school. But now he able to get them kids to Bloomington, Indiana. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
it's hey, you built your own little powerhouse. Like I said, you win one there, they building a trophy. You getting a
Yeah, but I
statue.
mean, it's just trying to get that one. That's the problem.
Oh well, true, true,
You
true.
know, that's going to be the. I mean, and I get it. Yes, I would love to win somewhere where it's never been done before, and I get it. But there's also a reason why it's never been done before because they're not getting what you need.
Because even if you look at Michigan, as much as as much talent has came out of there, they before Harbaugh got there, they didn't win. They won under Lloyd Carr. But that was early in his career. That was when I want to say Charles Woodson and Brady was still there. So, that think about from when Brady and them was there till 2 years ago. That's a long time of
Yeah, but
like yes, you're a powerhouse.
college is
But
different though, because it's two things
it
that you
is.
look at: conference titles, and then you look at national titles. So as long as you're in a conference title situation, I think the national title takes a back
Hold
seat
up.
for most schools.
Oh, they think you got Nick saying James Franklin going to Florida. That'd be crazy. Wow.
I don't
Minister
see that one, but okay.
Minister in the chat, he said, same thing. Michigan was trash until Harbaugh came. Um, and he was saying too, kind of like what you said, gotta have the talent. But I think that this new age of college football, these kids they want to be different. Like yeah, you got the nostalgia of certain schools, um, like Indiana, you know, and I'm sure that's how they're recruiting them kids. Hey, you come here, we win one. You gonna be one of one. You go. Yeah, I mean that's of course. That's without being said because they got the brainiacs. It's known as a you know a great academic school. But yeah, I think it's changing. It's changing. I
I
believe I believe that's
Go
what
ahead.
Dion. No, I'm just reading Minister's comments. I mean, no, you might be right, Minister. That may be what Dion needs. But I think the thing with Dion is you can't say come to me because I ain't coming to you. That's like it's like bruh. These kids. Let's be honest. They got bigger, just as big as egos as Dion and them. And hey, you gotta recruit them. You gotta recruit them. Travis. I don't know how he got that. I don't know if Travis just had somebody in his ear, but hey, you got Travis and you got the D lineman. I mean the O lineman, Seaton. Um, but you ain't getting kids like that unless you go out and show them like, hey, I want you to come here.
Yeah,
And
but Dion didn't do recruiting. He just went through the portal. That's the problem.
that's true too. And I think you
So
can't. He has to change his strategy in recruiting. Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
well, I mean, I just think he got to be a better coach. I don't think he's a good coach
You when you say that, you just talking about in general.
in general.
What?
Because
Why does?
it's night and day. His son is not there. It's night and day. It's a different team. They look hard. They look good. One or
Yeah,
two plays, and then all of a sudden, it's the shit.
they
And you
lost
got
to.
all these NFL players as coaches on your team, and they don't look better than they did last year. Nowhere near.
Yeah, it seemed like he hiring somebody new every year.
So
But
it's like either A, you hiring the wrong people, or B, you don't really know what you're doing.
yeah, Ty said Prime feels like he's him, and he doesn't have to recruit. Yeah, but that's why you're losing too.
Yeah, you're him when you were playing. You're not him as a coach.
And
That's
she
two
also
different
said
things.
that name. It's the players that aren't. That name doesn't mean much to these kids. Oh no, they don't even. They. I
No,
mean, they've heard of him, but they heard of him through coaching. That's how they know him. They ain't. They may go look at him on YouTube. It's the players. They aren't hungry. That's what Minister Van said. It's the players. They not hungry. What you say?
players may not be hungry. I mean, yes, a different mentality,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I thought that's what the coach was for,
True.
motivation. So if you can't motivate them, I don't know.
And then too though, because I think we talked about this maybe a few weeks ago. And Kev said, just because you come from Alabama and those big schools, don't necessarily mean you're talented because you're in the portal for a reason.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
so that
You're
could be
not
a
getting
thing
into the
too.
portal because you're the top player on the team.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's a good point. Ray Lewis called them out on his visit last week. Oh, that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. I gotta go look that up when we get off. But I mean, it's just a new day and age, man. You gotta. Hey, if you ain't winning, you gotta show these kids something. Because I think that's the one reason why, year in and year out, Ohio State, Georgia, uh, Bama to an extent, they get these kids because it's like, look, we're winning. We're winning. It's a big time program. You're gonna be seen every Saturday from August to the the end of
December.
November. Yeah, and you know who don't want to be a part of a winner. And I think a lot of kids are like, shh, let me go to Ohio State. Let me go to Michigan. Let me go to uh, um, Alabama, LSU. He said they were more individuals than a team. And that's a lot saying that for somebody that's just coming in for a visit. Being able to say that now, of course, Ray Lewis, he's been in millions of locker rooms, I'm sure. But for him to come in and say that after a visit, I don't know how many visits he been there. That says a lot. That say a lot right there. So that may be one of them things. What you say to that? Oh, it's more individuals than a team.
Well, it was going to be that when you start paying them. That's what when the NIL came out. I said, "Oh, now you're just rewarding players, not play. You're just paying them based on what they did in high school. So if that's the case, why should I come there and put my body on the line for anybody else? It's all about me now.
True. No, that's true. That's true.
I got to get my bread. I got to do what I got to do. So I need my stats to get my paper.
Yeah. That
So where does the team be involved at this point? Where's the team aspect and the players?
That's true. And I think too though, that's why I don't like the I know they've changed it, I think. But I'd never liked that whole portal thing because it's like, bruh, just because this, first 5 games ain't working out, don't mean you can just leave. Like, goddamn. Face a little adversity.
I mean, I get, yeah, there's certain situations you should be able to leave, and I get it. Coach gets fired or leave. Um, I get it, stuff like that. But if, like you said, if you get there and you're not promised a starting position and you're scared to compete, why would any other team want to pick you? That's in my mind. Now, anybody else can think different, but if you're scared to compete where you at, why would I want to pick you up to put you on my team if you're not going to compete?
Because we talked about that with, remember, Cal McCord, my
Yeah.
former quarterback when he left and went to Syracuse. Because they didn't guarantee him anything. They like, fam, you gonna have to do something. You
Yeah.
gotta earn it. You gotta, it's. I mean, you gotta think too though. When you're at these big schools, you gotta play every week because it's a 5-star coming in every week, every year. So if you can't do it, they're gonna say, look, let's see if this 5-star can. And also, Taya is responding. That's still a part of coaching. Dion has to do face to face recruiting other than FaceTime. Yeah, that's true. I give you that. Why is
Yeah.
Prime? Why is Prime not able to do with these kids that he did with the last class? I think that last class though, Ty, that you had a Heisman winner. You had some players. You had now it's interesting to her point why you can't do the same thing But this new class is different. I believe once you make a commitment to a school, then you stay and see your career through at that school. No, that's true. That's true. Barring like
But
coach get fired or something. But I
it
agree.
would that statement would make perfectly good sense if he was a good coach. That's why I said I don't know if he's a good coach.
So
Period. I mean, it's no not, but
no,
I
no, no, no.
mean,
This we're gonna have a discussion. So you think just his winning ways, especially because last year was probably his best year at Colorado. You think they were just a better team, or the coaching was better? Why do you think they won? Although they won a lot last second, but why do you think they won last year compared to year one and year three?
when you're coaching your son and you can get on him, say certain things to him to motivate him, that works. But now you got something out of it that you can't control. This is not your
Mhm.
son. You can't
True.
dictate every aspect of what he does off the field.
Right.
So to me, and like Ty said, if you can't recruit, that's one. Two, you're building your team from the portal. Three, you might as well, you're not even coaching because you're blaming everybody else for mistakes. You're not taking accountability for shit on that team.
Right.
And it's just,
That's
I mean, I think kids are not as dumb as we think they are. Sometimes in some situations, they see shit and they like, oh, okay, well, if you throw the coach underneath the bus, what you gonna do to us?
true. That's
And I
true.
just think the novelty may have worn off because people have seen that Dion is not I won't say he's not a good motivator, or I won't say motivator because he can give some speeches. That's one of his things. I'm trying to find, it's a certain word that makes sense, and I just can't figure out what that word is right now.
I mean,
Is I don't know. It's just one of them things. It's just like you said, you're trying to build your legacy in coaching off of what you did as a player. And none of these kids ever seen you play live. And if you're not, to Tyler's point, if you're not going to these homes, your point, and you're just doing Zoom calls, these kids got egos too. So if you too good not to come visit, I'm too good to come to your school. That's the way I see it. And I could be totally wrong. Totally wrong. But
no,
that's just, I mean,
no. I mean, that's a great assessment, though. That's a great assessment. Um, Minister said the same thing. Dion is a motivator, more of a motivator than a coach. Ty say Mike Tomlin can coach my players. Yeah, Mike Tomlin, he could win 8 games with me, OG, and Kev on his team. Um, I also think his physical health issues could be having an effect on him. Also, he may need to hang it up. No, I believe that too, though, Ty. Also, Ty, he's not good at development. Minister also said he's sending his coaches to those players' homes when he should be showing up himself. That's true. Or
yeah,
not even himself, maybe both of them. Depending on what position you're recruiting, you and that position coach. Like, we cuz like I say, you got to recruit these kids. I don't, I ain't never seen these high recruits get recruited, but you gotta put some, you gotta make them kids feel like,
they're wanted.
yeah, 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 like they that boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's the only way you can put it. You got to make them feel like I need you on my team. So this is how much I
Right.
need you. I'm showing up to your house.
If you come to us, you can be our deciding factor in winning the chip or not, or
And
however
can
you gotta put it.
right, you can't do that over a Zoom call because apparently
No,
you're not that chip if I can't come visit you in person.
Because even they say Harbaugh, he was. I think that's it. Yeah, that's true, Ty. Uh, like even Harbaugh, they say this dude will go spend a night with the recruits. He um my tight end, Colston Loveland. He told a story about because I think he's from like Idaho or something. They say Harbaugh came, they ate dinner, he stayed the night, and then the next morning
It's
he
over.
told he told Colston, "Hey, let's go work out together." He went to his high school and worked out with him. Like, and years later, Colston, not a years later, but Colston ended up going to Michigan, being productive, helping them win a national championship. You just got to recruit these kids, make them feel like, look, you are the deciding factor we need. And, some people can't do that, though, unfortunately.
Facts.
I can't even say can't. They don't want to. They don't want to.
No, they don't see the point. Yeah, I get you.
Minister said he's going to have to kiss a little to get those kids to come to that school. True. Taya. He's too good to go to my house, but want my effort from me. But want effort from that's true too.
Yeah.
And Minister, I think he was responding to my John Harbaugh story. That's old school recruiting. Yeah, hey, although things change, a lot of things stay the same.
But you got to think about it. If you were a kid, 18, let's say 18, and you had a choice between 3 schools, and one of the coaches, the head coach, all you do is talk to him over the phone or through a Zoom call. The other 2 coaches at least show up to your house. It may not be the same money, but in my eyes, and I'm just speaking for myself, if you show me that you care and there's an effort, like Taya said, I would give you the effort on the field because you showed me that I'm wanted. I'm needed.
Maybe he can't. Right.
So, that's all.
Ty say maybe he can't travel, which again, maybe he needs to hang it up. I mean, true. Maybe. We don't know. We're just speculating. But you gotta do something.
Well, then
maybe Colorado's too far.
If you can't travel, how are you at road games? You're not driving. You're not Jan Madden. You're not on a bus all week. So if you get to road games, you can travel.
He really was doing that? He was really on a bus?
No, John Madden was on a bus.
Really?
John Madden never flew. He never got on a plane. So if he was a game in LA and he had to be in New York next week, after that game, he's on a bus traveling to New York. He does not fly. John Madden did not fly.
I thought that was just a joke. Okay.
No. That cat did not fly. That's why he had the bus.
Yeah.
As soon as the game was over, he was on the road, headed back.
Minister said in the chat, I'm going to the school that coach took time out to come to my crib and speak to me and my parents. I agree. I done seen about 3 videos of, Oregon's head coach Dan Lanning on the sideline of high school games. Because you got to show these kids, look, man, hey, I'm invested in you or, whatever, and I want you to come here. You have to. It ain't no way around it. It ain't, like I say, a lot of things may change, but that remains the same.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to. It's like it's like a job. You got 2 companies, one like shit, you'll be all right. The other one like, hey, we want you, dog. We think you can help us get to the next level. We love your work. We think you're exactly what we need. You're gonna be like, I'm going over there.
Yeah.
Like with anything, you want to feel wanted. You don't want to feel like second option. Shit, you all right,
Second or third option.
Right. Like, bruh, I'm not. What is wrong with you? And I mean, but but my thing too is he should know that. He should know that. He was recruited for college to go, I'm sure, to the Niners, to go to the Cowboys, to this station, to NFL. He's been recruited to come everywhere, and you wanted to feel wanted. So why now do you want to change things up? That's my thing. That's
Hey,
that.
brother, I hear you, and I agree.
Ty say or fly the kids out to the school. I mean, they do that anyway with a lot of them game visits. I don't understand. This is from Minister. I don't understand. Dion has health issues, but he may need to do like John Madden and get on the bus. Yeah, that's true too. Prime thinks his name is enough. Yeah, if you was talking to
Yeah, he
kids
does.
born in the that played in the that was born in the 90s, early 2000s, these kids are born all most of these kids are born what 2005 and up. They don't know you. They
No,
just
no,
don't.
that's why I said they don't know nothing about what how you played. They don't know nothing
Your
about you.
your uncle
Your
got a
father,
story.
your uncles, and them know Dion, but these kids don't know he was one of the best that they ever played.
Yeah, like, bro, I don't care. What can you do for me? Are you better than Richard Sherman? Like, yeah. Are you better than Darrell Reeves? Yeah.
That's what's gonna come
But
up.
but we don't know you. We don't know you like that, dog. Or the fact that two of his players went to the league. Yeah, yeah, but you look at Ohio State and them, shit, they sent about 10 to 15 to the league. So it's like, what's the difference between Colorado and you? I'm I'm going to hell, look at USC. I could go to Southern California. At least they got better weather. And it's LA, you know? And
I'm
Snoop
not.
Dogg
I'm
on the
not freezing
side.
my ass off.
Yeah, like come on, man. You gotta do something.
And
You
I just hope whatever is going on, he either I got to worry about my health more than anything else,
yeah.
or B, I mean, there is no B. He's gonna get fired, regardless of what he's done. I know you turned the program around, but you haven't really won anything. You just won
Hell,
games.
hell, they don't remodeled the stadium if you peep. They don't have grass no more. They got turf. They got the little like the little ticker like up in the stands on the bottom now. It's like, damn, they don't put some money in Colorado. In 3 years, boy. In 3 years. They done put some money in that thing. 950. What's up, man?
Hey guys, my apologies.
What happened?
Damn.
No,
Paul
I just
Tagliabue died.
who?
Paul Tagliabue.
Oh wow,
Oh,
was he sick?
Damn. I don't know. They said a statement's coming from Roger Goodell. All in the NFL is deeply sad. Now they're not saying what happened.
Mm, rest in peace.
84.
Um,
Wow. But yeah,
Mm.
Kev, we talking about the state of college football. I asked, we went
mhm.
down a rabbit. But the question was, what's the best head coaching job in college football?
You mean open job on the open
Yeah.
ones, or just in general?
Yeah.
Open.
The open one, yes.
Well, until the governor got involved, I would say LSU. But if they're gonna have the governor involved, acting like a fool, talking about I'm gonna have Trump pick the next head coach, then I don't know how much you want to be involved with that. If the
Yeah, that still
governor's
don't make
involved, they did hire a school president, so maybe that might give a boundary. But outside of LSU, I would probably say on the open market,
Florida.
Florida or Penn State. Even though Penn State's a hard place to recruit and it takes a special individual to go there, um, they have the necessary reach. They're in the Big Two conference. They got some money, and they got a lot of alumni. But I would pick Florida, LSU, Florida on the top two.
All right,
Okay.
just so people understand why I'm laughing. This is the second time we've had a conversation. 950 came late to the conversation, and I'm not knocking that, but he came after we talked about it and repeated exactly what me and Suave just said.
We yoke, gentlemen. We have a lot of. I mean, again, I think we have a lot of, and it's because we're telling facts. We're not, it's not like it's stuff we pulling out. You know what on a Sunday? It's real talk.
Right.
And again, I mean, let's face it. It's the SEC. It's the granddaddy of conferences. It's in the deep South. Now, again, with that being said, with much is given, much is required. So you got to win. You can't go there and go 8-4. You're gonna make the dough, and if you win, you'll get the accolades. But you got to win. You can't accept the big contracts and not get the scrutiny. So everybody's not built fair. Like I heard something today with James Franklin. Virginia Tech made him an offer. But now he's like, well, I'm trying to see what. Yeah, but he's got one foot out the door. He ain't even signed the contract yet. So he's trying to see what happens in Florida and LSU. But I got to tell you, James Franklin, if you're watching this and we all share the same barber with you, take the job at Virginia Tech. He did with Vanderbilt, but Vanderbilt is not LSU. Vanderbilt is not Florida. And, take the job at Virginia Tech. He got a great rapport with that DMV area. Take the job at VaTech. It's an easier conference. Man, that SEC, he'll be there 3 years max if he don't win. I win. That's a tough job. Both of those are tough jobs. LSU more than Florida, but those are tough jobs. But they're the best. If you're Nick Saban, they put statues on you and you become immortalized forever.
True.
But if you're Ron Zook, they throw your ass out.
No, that's true though.
Yeah.
And I'd say
100% right.
LSU to put on top of that, put a little bow on what you just said, Kev. Don't forget LSU doesn't have any sports there.
It's not,
Yeah,
that is a pro
you got the
sport.
Pelicans and the Saints in New Orleans.
No,
And that's a little ways, but I mean
that is
LSU
the pro
runs.
sport. Yeah.
That's a pro sport in Baton Rouge. So I think that's why I said that first. But
yeah. But if you can win there, you'd be immortalized. I mean that and you got the talent. I mean, Louisiana's got plenty of talent. They can always tap into Texas. They can easily skirt down to Florida. You're in the perfect panhandle, and they got the dough. So it's like in this new world of college football, they have the facilities, money, and they're in the right area. They don't even have to really even. I guess you would fly to Dallas, but to Texas. Those are quick flights. They don't really got to leave their region to have 5-star bonanza. They don't got to travel around the country. They'll stay in Louisiana, Texas, and Florida, and you are great. You ain't got to do nothing else.
You don't really have to even leave your state if you just keeping it a buck.
Facts.
Facts.
You can keep some of them kids at home. It's over.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why you need somebody for that region. That's why that's not. When Brian Kelly came out there and said, my family, it was already going downhill. Because now you're mimicking the people of that area. Like you hear the way Ogeron talks, the Bobby Boucher, that mentality. That's how they talk in that Bayou world. And it's like you came in there trying to be like them and not really are them. And again, it's like somebody come into the hood and go, what up, homie? And and they they ain't from there. So it was already downhill from there. And they need somebody who's from that region. And that's going to be hard because right now, I mean, the guy that they want Kiffin. I don't think Kiffin goes there. I don't think Lane Kiffin leaves. Like, I know it's a little bit more he would have at LSU resource-wise than Ole Miss, but at Ole Miss, he's a guard. He could do no wrong. I mean, and he's gotten at me because growing up with us, Ole Miss was like the kind of school they win 6-7 games. They were happy. Now, he's taking them to another plateau, but there's no reason to leave. Like, you done built that thing. Why leave? I mean, for a couple extra dollars, I guess, maybe, if you want to live in Florida or what have you. But I just think that, the last time he left for a big job, it didn't work out well. And that was when he went to your school. and they fired him on the tarmac. So I think sometimes, man, these coaches, they chase it, but like sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and like, yo, everything is here. There's no need to move. I got the palatial estate. Everybody loves me. My kids love
I,
it. Why are you
I
leaving?
I told O that too. I was like,
Mhm.
man, now, what's my man name at Indiana? I'm like,
Oh,
you leave it.
he's retiring there. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like,
Stignetti is not good.
you
They just
went
gave him
there,
that
you're
big
a
deal.
god.
Yeah,
You're a
and
god.
they just paid him. They re-upped his deal. Yeah, he's not going nowhere. He listen, the Indiana as a football power, I thought I'd never see the day. Never see the
Yeah.
day.
I
They
told him
have turned that they turned that thing over quick. 2 years.
I told him living here in the Midwest, they known for basketball. Isaiah Thomas and
Yeah, that's
Knight,
Hoosiers. That's
Coach
shooting
Knight.
off the back, shooting off the barn door. I mean, that's Hoosiers. That's where all your white boys that can shoot jump shots come from, man. That's basketball country, man.
No, he's right. I mean,
Off
look,
the
Larry
barn
Bird from
door.
Indy,
Barn
Larry
doors,
Bird from
yeah, that's
Indiana,
where they
all
come
that.
from, man.
It's Indiana's is they could be the country really.
Oh yeah.
Nothing but fields out there.
Hmm.
So
So yeah, I
yeah,
mean, they built that thing. I mean, and I think the Penn State job is kind of because of the SEC. SEC is elite, and Big Ten. I think Big Ten's best conference in football. I've said that many times. But the SEC has, again, people are all in the SEC. Like you talk about the Big Ten, LA, and
yeah,
Illinois, Chicago. People got lives. It's other things going on. Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, man, is church and football. So
yeah,
from those in those areas, yeah, it's going to be higher. But that Penn State job is a good job. I know it's not like it's Happy Valley. It's a little niche. They're a little backwards up there. To my Penn State friends, y'all know how they get down. But it is a good job. I think it's number 3. It's a good job. It's a good job for the right person, and you can go up there. And again, like I said, they got the dough. You get the right coach that's got a pipeline in like Florida, because that's where Franklin was going at. You get that pipeline in Florida, they can win games. I'm just curious to see who they bring in, because it's got to be a guy you got to kiss babies there too. You got to embrace the alumni and embrace the fan base. It's that type of place. I mean, even though it's in Pennsylvania, and Ty can contest to this, it's not Philadelphia and it's not Pittsburgh. It's like its own little nook in the mountains. It is a unique place, but it's a beautiful place. But I'm also hearing, OG, that your coach might be looking to bounce, Lincoln Riley. That came out yesterday. I'm sure, right?
He ain't going nowhere.
I don't think he should. I think he got a great recruiting class coming next year. So why leave?
So my other question, we had this at the beginning. Hold on real quick. Yeah, Minister said the same thing as you, Kev. Lane
Mhm.
isn't leaving, where he's a god to start over. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame him.
Now let me ask you guys a question. Would you try to look in the NFL ranks, or would you try to get? Because again, it's not too many of these like blue chip college coaches. They all going after the
Oh,
same guy. So would you
oh,
go into the NFL ranks?
that was O's question. What you say, legacy or what?
Would you go with a name
Yeah.
or somebody familiar from the school, alumni, if you had a choice? You see what I'm saying? Because a name, yes, you're gonna get the same names: Urban Meyer, Nick Saban, da 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 da. Or do you
Right.
get someone that played for the school, that's passionate about the school,
Mm-hmm.
and build from that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? If you asked me that question 4 years ago, I would say I would love to get the alumni guy. But in this day and age where it's all about dough, I gotta get the best coach and the guy that's gonna resonate the best with these young players. Um, I mean, if you look at LSU, right? Who would you pick right now that's an LSU grad that's coaching that you would say, hey, let me look at I can't name a guy.
Oh, I
Um
couldn't name one either. I'm not gonna even
right.
lie. But I'm
Penn
just saying
State. Mhm.
you can go You gonna try to pull Nick Saban out of retirement?
No, Nick ain't
You
coming
gonna
out.
get Urban Meyer, or you
He
gonna
ain't
have to
coming out.
pay? You gonna go for another school's coach? Which
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. We're remember that same thing we said about the NFL. All you're doing is recycling the same coaches over and over and over again,
Right.
and apparently they're getting fired because they're not winning.
Right. It's almost the Phil Jackson mentality. You're gonna offer me $10 million, I'm gonna take it, but necessarily might not have the energy or the chops to do the job because it's a different job than it was even 3-4 years ago. Like with those schools, I mean, like it would be great if you could get somebody like, for instance, a Brent Key at Georgia Tech. He's at his alma mater. A Winningham and Arizona State. He's at his alma mater, right? So those names are being mentioned. Brent Key is not leaving Georgia Tech, and Winningham is not leaving Arizona State. So it's like maybe you tap into a guy like Joe Brady, right? Remember Joe Brady coached with LSU with their OC when they won the national championship. He's now, I think, with the Bills. He's their OC. Maybe if he's interested. Even Tommy Reese, who's over now with the Browns, who's playing the Jets just right now. Maybe somebody like that, a young guy that can come in that can still resonate. But I think you're gonna have to go into the pro ranks because, and I'll ask this to you guys: Do you value OCs or DCs, head coordinators on the college level, as next level head coaches, or would you rather have an NFL DC or OC as a next level college coach, or does it matter?
I think it depends because if you look at like Oklahoma, they got Venerables. They're looking good now, but it took some time.
But he had ties to Oklahoma too, so he had
but
ties.
I'm saying still though,
True.
It took time. It took time. So I mean, it's one of them things. Do you want to give somebody time to build a program compared to being an assistant?
And there's no time anymore because there's too much money invested. It's hard when you paying $20 million to NIL for players, and your coach said, "I need 5 years." So you mean tell me I got to put out $100 million before we get a winning season? And again, it's not realistic. But when the money is in play, money makes things unrealistic, right? It makes it like this that don't make sense. I mean, I still got to build a team no matter what you pay a guy. I mean, look at Colorado. They paid Julian Lewis over $1 million, and he just played his first start yesterday. So the money really it's like the NFL. It's an NFL model. Like, do you blame an NFL coach because they're paying the players and they're like 4-12? You can't blame them. If the team is bad, the team is bad. So I think college sports has to look at it from that standpoint. Like, look, the day of like just recruiting is over. We're paying these guys whether we're good or bad. You're going to pay somebody, and you're going to pay, probably most of your roster something. So you can't measure it off money because that's the way you got to play these days. It's pay to play. So it's the NFL model. So do the Jets who are horrible? Do people get mad because their guys are getting a check every other Tuesday? No, but that's just they get paid to play football. That's what college football is now. It's not what it once was.
So to that point, my next question. I asked Otis earlier. A game like yesterday between Indiana and Penn State, does that matter anymore? Or the Oregon-Iowa game, does that matter anymore now with this college football playoff?
It does, because if especially, okay, well, Indiana I think was a lock, right? But let's say Oregon loses that game. Oregon already has one loss. That could have affected them. I mean, again, because now it's like, do you take a 3-loss team? Like, look at the ACC. The ACC is eating themselves. They're eating each other up, right? I mean, Virginia lost yesterday to Wake Forest. Cal beat Louisville. Right, exactly. So they're cannibalizing each other, right? So remember, the playoff is not the Power Four and everybody else champions. It's the 5 best champions. So we see a team like, for instance, James Madison and in the Sun Belt, right? They only got one loss. And then we see like the American Conference, right? With like South Florida and those schools. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but let's say, for instance, South Florida from the American and James Madison from the Sun Belt went one out, right? And they only got one loss. And then the ACC champion, which could be Duke, right, at this point, because Duke right now is right there in the hunt. Let's say Duke has 4 losses. Do you take a 4-loss ACC champion that right now is not even in the top 25 with a playoff, or do you take a team like a James Madison and a South Florida and give them the automatic champion buys? That can happen. Now I don't see it happening because I think it would pop the balloon off this stuff if an ACC champion didn't get in. But like if they got 4 or 5 losses, it is possible.
Okay. Real
So,
quick. Hold
go
on,
ahead,
real
go
quick. No, I was just reading the comments. Minister said he would go for a young coach in the NFL, and he also said go to the college ranks and get those OC and DCs. But I think, in that case, you could go get old boy from the Bills, the OC. He been
But
there,
he's
done that.
got legacy there. That's the only reason why he works in LSU. Because remember, college football is not just about L's and W's. It's
Yeah.
like being the governor. You got to kiss the babies. You got to go to the alumni banquets. You got to go to the golf tournaments. You got to go by the church. It's not just Saturday. And I think, again, it's not, if it was just football, like UCLA, that's football, right? You got to massage their boosters and stuff. It ain't the deep South, right?
Right.
So when you go to these SEC schools, it is, hey, coach is coming to church Sunday. It's not just football. So everybody don't roll like everybody. Like I just want Coach Ball. I know I got to recruit and stuff, but I don't want to have to deal with a booster who gives us $10 million a year, and I got to go kiss his ass. Because that happens in college sports. You're gonna have to especially in this day and age, I need that money. I got a kid in Florida. I'm trying to recruit. And everybody's throwing the money. I got to compete. I need that booster. So if that booster is going to be like, I want some say. You're not just going to take my money and I ain't got no say in nothing. And that is the problem with a lot of the big schools is that it's more than just football.
Right. What was your question, though?
I done totally forgot. I didn't get to what Kev was saying. It'll pop up. Pop up.
But no, but to that point, as I was saying, do they matter? Because I think, as long as you win, you win. Like in the case for Indiana and Oregon, even Louisville and Virginia, if they could have pulled it out, hey, you keep winning. Hey, what can they say? But like you say, if you lose, then it's it would have been interesting to see where they would have placed Indiana if they would have lost to Penn State in that fashion, because you was up 20-7.
Mm-hmm.
But in that case, even though they won and they won by a toe tap, let's not use them because that was a touchdown. Okay. If you're the number ranked 2 team and you win by a field goal, that doesn't hurt the rankings.
They might
anymore.
Drop. I think they'll drop behind A&M this week, but they won't not drop out the rankings because they want to.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying drop out, but you have to be. I thought you'd be penalized for that.
I think they will. I think they'll lose a spot. I think they'll drop behind A&M. I think, to me, no disrespect, Suave, I think A&M should be number 1. I think they play right now the toughest schedule. They beat Notre Dame at South Bend. Notre Dame's as a playoff team, right? They've gone through
Are they?
They're top 10. If the season ends today, they're in the playoff.
Because after you lost to Miami and A&M, they ain't played nobody.
It's Notre Dame. We just talk about the politics of sport. Yeah. There ain't no way Notre Dame is not making the playoffs of a 2-loss team because they're Notre Dame. And people got to watch these games. So,
And that's if they don't. All right. Well, go ahead. Finish. No, go ahead. I was going to say, what if they trip up against a Pittsburgh?
Oh, then it's a wrap. If they lose again, they're out. They're out.
Okay.
They're out. They lose again. There's no coming back from that. They lose again. No question about it. They have to win out.
Okay. That was all. Because I think, to your point, years prior, Indiana, a game like that, shit, you might drop out the top 5. Like, fam, they was on a 5-game losing streak. Yes, they had a lot coming in to the season, but hey, after you lost to Oregon, it's like the ceiling caved in literally. So yeah, I think now you just gotta stay top 12. You just gotta stay top 12. You can do that, you're good. But I think if you 10 or 11, hey, you gotta win out because that you can easily get pushed out.
But remember
Yeah.
that 11th and 12th seed is fool's gold because you got to still have a conference champion and you still got the group of 6 champion, right? So
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
so that if you at 12, you're not in. I mean,
I said
yeah,
10 or 11.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even 11 could be shaky, but definitely 10, you're in. You got to be top 10. Yeah.
Because hey, them Mountain West, like, look at last year with like Boise
Right.
or SMU, even after they lost to Clemson.
Well, SMU's ACC school now.
I know, I'm saying after they lost to Clemson,
Right. Yeah. Right.
Even Clemson, the season, hey, they looked all right, and then it got real in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a little different if you're the number 2 ranked team, and you barely beat a team that's not even ranked. That's what that's when I say you definitely should be penalized because this team ain't even ranked.
And took
nowhere near
a tippy toe to beat them.
Right. Or it took a last second field goal. You know what I mean? So those type of things, I think that should be taken in consideration.
Right. Oh, I agree. I think they will drop. They'll probably drop the 3. But remember, if they win out, they'll play Ohio State, maybe Ohio State in the. Yeah. Well, even if Ohio State wins, if lost to Michigan, they would still get in the championship. So they'll have to play Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. So if they win that, but it doesn't even matter much. They're going to be a top 4 seed regardless. Yeah. I think if they go 11-1 and let's say they lost the Big Ten championship, I don't think they still get a home playoff game in my opinion. I think that their body of work is set. Now if they would have lost yesterday, then lose to let's say Ohio State in the Big Ten championship, now it becomes a discussion because now you say, well, wait a minute, you lost to a very bad Penn State team. And depending how you would have lost to Ohio State, now do we look at it? But, a win's a win. Wasn't pretty. It will drop them. It will penalize, but they'll still have a home playoff game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
but I think A&M's the best team in America right now. Go ahead.
If they would have lost, though, wouldn't they have moved up like SC or Oregon?
You mean if Oregon lost?
No, if Indiana would have lost yesterday.
Right.
Wouldn't it have moved Oregon or USC up?
Yeah, but remember, they beat Oregon head-to-head, so they still own the tiebreaker. SC's got 1 conference loss, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, go. Sorry, fellas.
You
watching my green and white boys.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask. I was like, what you doing?
I do know one thing, Suave. I'm not coming out there now nowhere near November. It's already snowing in Chicago.
I just told you nothing after Halloween.
Yeah, after October, it's 8-month winters. I mean, listen, 8-month winters in Chicago.
Huh?
Hell no. No, bro.
What?
I mean, it's gonna be cold here tomorrow, but we ain't got no snow flurries.
It is not 8-month winters.
Y'all start getting cold in November, December. November, December, January, February, March, right? That's 5. April, May. That's 7, 8. It really gets warm in June, right?
I'm not talking.
In June, it starts getting warm, right? I mean, it's 7 months, 8 months. 8-month winters. And y'all on the water too, because I was watching the game in Notre Dame, and y'all right next to South Bend. I'm like, holy sugar, it's snowing.
Yeah. But it didn't start snowing here until today.
You got a dust? You ain't getting nothing heavy though, right?
No. It's not sticking.
That's nothing to them folks, OG. They laugh at that.
10
inches.
Trust me, I get it. but I'm not from Illinois, so that to
From
me
a
is a
from a
snowstorm.
No, for sure.
from a boy who's got roots in Arizona, man, that is not you. that is the opposite end of the world. Like what? That's like going to Alaska.
I mean, even though it's not sticking, if I can see it on TV, yeah, that's a snowstorm. I don't
OG,
care what
you
flurries.
got Western and
It
you
doesn't
got
matter. It's
Western.
snowing.
You got Western and
watching the
Southern
game?
roots. That is not what you used to. You ain't used to that.
Hey, speaking of that, do it snow in it snow in Atlanta sometime, right?
Yeah,
But y'all shut
every
the
now
city
and
down
then.
when it
Yeah.
does.
If they get a snowstorm, the whole city shuts down.
We
Yeah,
shut down for a
yeah.
day. We shut down. Yeah. So if it says it's supposed to
So
snow
I heard.
tomorrow, the city is shut down.
Okay.
Yeah. So we not. That's what I'm saying. We're not equipped for none of that.
Because what y'all use, like
So,
sand, right? Something like that.
huh?
What y'all use, sand?
Yeah. What you saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they ain't
You
ready
did-
for no snow and sand, though.
That's what I'm trying
Kev,
to.
you
That's what
didn't
I'm
know
telling
that?
Swab. That's what I'm trying to
always
tell you.
heard that.
If they say it's supposed to snow tomorrow, they put the sand down today, and if it rains and washes it off and then freezes, then what?
Quick
that's
sand.
crazy. That's crazy.
And we just got enough trucks to do the whole city.
Because I know y'all had a snowstorm 2 years ago, and people were like, "Oh, it's a
No, it was
snow day. It was a
about
sprinkle."
5 years ago. Yeah, and we was.
Yeah.
They were done.
What
People were stuck.
expressway was that? People was leaving their cars?
Oh yeah, that was the
That's
big
the
one.
main expressway?
It was all of them.
Oh shit.
People in Chicago would laugh at that. Huh?
Yeah, yeah, but they wasn't
Hey,
laughing when they was out
wait.
here because they got stuck.
They do the same in New York. What are you talking about? Y'all don't
I
never
know. Like I
stop.
said, we laugh at. I mean, listen, it's Tim season now here in New York. You know, I mean, today is nice, but it's supposed to get brick on Tuesday. But it's no snow yet. We don't. Huh?
Tims and cardigans and beanie hats.
Well, for some folks, it's Tim's all year, but I'm a grown man, so I ain't wearing no Tim's in July. But listen, you ain't New Yorker, you ain't got one good construction pair of Tim's. But I don't. I gotta let my feet breathe in the summer. I'm sorry, I'm a grown man. I don't do that. That's a child move.
Come on, Kev. You ain't from New York if you ain't got a pair, dog. At least
You ain't
one.
New York. You ain't got a pair of Tim's and a Carhartt hoodie. You gotta have and a Carhartt jacket or hoodie. You gotta have that. That's a New York starter kit. New York starter kit.
Hey, we ain't too far
Oh
behind.
man,
Got a little. Hey, where your pelly? Get your
Yeah.
pelly, dog.
It's just
I
like
ain't
you from
got no-
Detroit. You gotta have Gators. You gotta have the Gators if you live in Detroit. So that's part of the uniform.
Yeah, dog.
yeah, bro. Yeah, nah. That's all right. I'm good.
Hey, it's a beautiful thing. Don't look at it as a bad thing. It's not a negative. It's not a negative.
I'm good. Y'all can keep all that, bro. I'll come visit, play in it for about 10 minutes, and I'm good. I'm done.
Get your boots.
Well, you know what? Oh, even though I'm from here, that's what I do. I better look at it through one of them snowballs.
Bro.
I don't want to. I'm tired of snow. If it wasn't for some of my obligations, I would get the fuck out of New York. I'm tired of the weather, man. If it wasn't for obligations I have, I would not be here. I tell you that right now. I'd be somewhere warm. I want to go on ML King and President's Day in flip flops and shorts. That's always been like I tell you, like even as a young kid, watching the Rose Bowl in the deep cold New York, and going, wow, it's like 80 degrees in Southern California, especially at that fourth quarter when the sun goes down. That meant the world to me.
But you gotta remember, on Christmas Day, we in shorts and tank tops riding bikes.
On the beach.
Or through the neighborhood. I'm just saying, we're in shorts during Christmas. That's why I don't know what seasons are.
Yeah.
Coming from LA, we don't have seasons. It gets cold at night, yes, but that's year round because that breeze coming off the water.
Yeah, grilling on Christmas.
Yeah, you outside, you out having a barbecue on Christmas Day.
Me and Kev can tell you all about it.
You know, I say, yeah, you can tell me, but I don't want to experience it. Trust me.
You grilling in New York in the winter, you a nutcase. They look at you like you need to go to a insane asylum. Something wrong with you, man. And I know people who do it too. Like they'll put the heavy coat on and like, bro, give it up, man. Just get yourself a form. Yeah, I know some nutcases. Get yourself a farming grill, dog. Give it up. Give it up.
How you gonna grill outside in the snow?
I know some fanatics who they'll put their coat on, they'll grill it, and they'll leave the grill there and then go home in the house and they got these new grills now where you can use your phone and you can temperature.
That's
I
not
mean,
grilling. That's not grilling. That's not grilling.
Yeah, I know. I like I said, just get yourself a foreman and stay in the crib.
Yeah.
Go, baby.
I never thought I'd see the day Kev cheering for the Jets again this
That's
year.
why I'm like, who is he watching?
It's a flag, though. That's probably coming back, though. It's a flag. 2 special team touchdowns if it holds.
There you go. Come on, y'all.
If it holds. I think it's a flag. Let's see. Hope it's on Cleveland.
There you go. Y'all looking.
Boy, this is why I hate Atlanta. Falcons played early this morning, but we still got one game.
You gonna get the doubleheader?
No, we just got. Oh, here we go. We got New England and Tampa. Okay.
Y'all on a bye?
Who?
Y'all, Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We don't play today. We don't play again until Monday night.
Yes.
All right, so
2 special teams.
This is weird.
Touchdowns.
I'm not gonna lie. From watching you walk around on a Sunday. I'm sorry. Let me do Kev that one Sunday.
A chair with a chair.
Hey, he was at a bodega and everything.
Turn
He
this
just walking
house
around.
into a home.
I mean, he wasn't even walking fast. He was walking like this, Swab.
I was singing to Luther. A chair is still a chair. But listen, let me tell you something. And you listen, and everybody, I bleed that green and white. These trades, even though I hate to see Sauce and Q leave because they're staples, but these trades have galvanized me because it means somebody at least understands the definition of insanity is do the same things over and over again for a different result. At least I understand my front office is not insane. They know they need the picks. So now we got picks, we got money under the cap. Now we can build something. And I think we got a coach that players respect. So I'm like, you know what? Now I'm galvanized. Not to mention with the guys we picked up, like John Michie and a couple of these other guys, they're not bad players. They're role players, but they're not bad players. They're not Sauce and Q, and Quentin, but they're role players. And again, when you're football's ultimate team sport, give me a bunch of guys. Give me some guys that necessarily are trying to keep their livelihood and keep working hard. Maybe sometimes with a bad team, especially, that's better than having a superstar. The superstar going to tap out. Superstar knows, hey, listen, I don't want to be here. But that role player just happened to get that paycheck because he know that if I don't get that check, I'm working at UPS or at a Lowe's next week. So I got to keep that check. So the Jets are playing hard. 2 touchdowns on. One was a kickoff and one was a punt. 2 touchdowns on special teams and back-to-back drives. That's passion, baby. I'll take it.
So, do you think? I mean, and I don't know because I had hit the wrong button.
Mm-hmm.
But with this trade, has that put everybody on notice on that team that no one's untouchable?
Totally.
So
does.
now I gotta play.
Yes, it does. It does shake the walls. Yes, because if you trade your top 2 players and anything is negotiable. Like I said, they were able to trade Jermaine Johnson if they got a better offer. They would have traded Brees if they got a better offer. So yeah, everybody's on. Nobody is expendable because again, it says in so many words, 1 in 7 will not be tolerated. Like this is not cool. Like you just can't come here, man, and just legally steal money. Like you got to work. And again. And you guys are football fans. You know the game, and the people who are on this watching us. In the ultimate team sport, it's not so talent. You got to have talent, right? But to me, in my opinion, it's a fine line in the NFL between great and mediocre. To me, it's a fine line because again, most of these guys are good football players. The great ones, okay, it's a little step up, right? But again, if I got 70% good players and they understand their role and they respect what they do and they focus on the game plan and they work hard, that sometimes, not maybe win a Super Bowl, but that sometimes can overcome talent. Because sometimes talented guys don't put the work in. Sometimes talented guys, are looking around and saying, it's not me, it's dumb. The guys are just. I'm trying to keep this paycheck, dog. Those are the dogs I want. Now, again, you got to have some talent, some superstars, but give me a bunch of role guys on a bad team, and I'll make it work. Because those guys are going to bust their tail. I'm not trying to go back to the construction. I don't want to be security. I don't want to work at FedEx. I like this paycheck. I like this health insurance. I'm running through brick walls.
Right.
Superstar, like, nah, I need to get out of here. My brand is suffering. Nah, I want those dogs. And now we got some dogs. They're not going to be in the league long, but that's okay. Because right now, I just, as a fan, I think they're not. Because the talent will eventually, overcome. It's true, dog. I ain't making it up. But if I'm trying to keep this thing going, because I know I'm limited in talent, right? And trust me, players know when they're limited. I'm limited in talent. I'm gonna keep running through this wall, but I can't keep running through walls because I become, I become CTE man. But I'm gonna lay it out on the line where I got it. Hell, if I get 3 years in the NFL and take that money and invest it, I ain't got to work a job in my life. If you think that way. So, we'll see what happens. We're up 14-7. And I say we start putting the kibosh on Dylan Gabriel and start making him earn his cookies, and we'd be all right.
Facts. Well,
did you guys see Julian Lewis play yesterday? He played well for Colorado. They didn't win. They didn't win. It makes Dion look a little off because why you wait till all this time to play him? If he looked that good, you should have been playing him before.
We talked about that earlier.
Because what happens is now you lose a season. You can't, if you're going to play him out the season, he doesn't redshirt. Can't redshirt. Now he's probably not a redshirt player anyway. He probably 3 years out and regardless if you redshirt him or not. But should have played him earlier. I don't know why they didn't.
Does he leave?
I don't think he leaves. I think we don't know these people personally, but I get the impression that he's kind of a throwback mentally. And I think he stays as long as Prime stays. He's not staying at Prime, don't stay. But I think he stays. I think he comes back. They just signed some 4-star that they got from Alabama. They stole from Alabama. I think, again, it's just with Dion and Colorado, you can't get enough of those players. We just talked about region a few minutes ago. They're in a region where they got to get in. They got to export everybody. And that sometimes becomes tough. You can't – them Florida boys and Georgia boys ain't going to Colorado. And I know Dion is that dude, but, dog, I'll go for the visit, but I ain't coming here, So he'll get 1 or 2 of those, but he's not going to get a handful of those guys. That's why they live off the portal, and the portal bit them in the tail this year because they had a bunch of mercenaries that just wanted to check.
All about me.
Yeah. All about me. Yeah, it had no connection to the school.
No team.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no, that's we're gonna see how the rest of this season play out for them Colorado Buffaloes. Because it's definitely been one of them, especially with his health as an issue.
Yeah, I mean, that I give him credit to an extent because it's like, listen, I know people don't want to talk about it because you still got to win, but the deal with cancer, the blood clot surgery middle season on 8 toes, it's a lot of body blows, right? And I wasn't joking though. I'm talking being serious. Yeah, I was having a journalistic moment. Don't laugh at me. But no, I don't know, man. Eventually you gotta ask yourself, do I just say, I just wanna, enjoy, and Dion can leave tomorrow and have a job on TV in 10 seconds, a good job. So he must love coaching, but will because again, the man has to wear the pens. That's serious shit, fellas. Like you can't control your that's serious stuff, dog. He got to take a catheter before games and drain his bladder. That's serious stuff, man. That make me get the willies, man. That's serious. That's serious, dog. That's serious. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he said he's coming back. You know, so we'll see.
Oh well. Call it a day. Know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. I'm not going to finish the rest.
Know
I'm not going to
when
be
to
copyrighted.
walk away. Know when to run. You better count your money. He got a lot of it. Don't set the table like Chauncey. Don't set no tables. Know when to
Well,
count
you
when the
sit in the
dealing's done.
40 bathroom, waiting on your new depends to come. I'm gonna stop.
Now he got it. Now again, he turned that into a bag. I mean, like, but that's a,
Yeah,
he
but
got it. But I will. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. I give him a lot of credit.
it's a lot of things you can get a bag for. I don't think that's a bag I'd want to get.
I don't want that bag.
I don't want that bag.
Yeah, I don't want it either,
Literally
dog.
and figuratively, I don't want that bag at all.
Dig it. I don't want it either. I don't want it either. And I'm not a doctor, and I ain't trying to play one on the internet. But that stuff also affects other things. And I'll just leave it at that to your imagination, you fellas, and whoever's listening. So I don't that's a lot, man, on a man who's still relatively young and got all the money in the world. So
With a
I
young kid.
respect him for that because he doesn't have to coach. He's good financially, and he got that little young thing, Carucci. Listen, man, I mean, like, bro, like, yo, you doing it. But again, like I said, we all have we all have issues, and that's one of his is health.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that being said, good people, for myself, 950 Kill, OG from 4G Sports. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Let's go, Jets.
Here you go. Here you go.
We back, baby. We back.
Thought
We
I'd
back.
never hear. 2026
After
draft, here we come.